Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm just excited that you're here watching. Thank you for being here. I welcome you and want to let you know that I'll be talking a lot about life in general, about relationships with oneself, with others, and I will be exploring a lot about my own life, my own struggles, how I have overcome them, what I continue to struggle with, and all that fun stuff. So I was only 7 years old when actually this dream was birthed in me. And when you're seven, it's that stage in life where, you're going to school, you're curious of what's going on around you. You want to help out, you want to do things, you want to play and have fun with your friends. But at that age, when I was 7 years old, I actually was struggling to understand what was going on around me. And what was really striking was that it was at that age I remember talking to my mom and telling Mom, when I get married, if someone ever mistreats me, I'm gonna leave right away. I don't even know what marriage was. I did not even know what marriage was when I was seven. But I observed a lot of sadness and pain and confusion in my environment, in school, at home, in the neighborhood. There were a lot of conversations around pain. And that's when I was like, wow, when I become older, I want to be helping people to get along, to do really well, to have fun and be joyful. And fast forward to me getting married and having my first child, and I realized there were so many things that I was doing that were exactly what I dreaded when I was little. I was like, whoa, how on earth could I be having this dream and passion to help people with relationships when I'm also struggling myself? It does not make sense. And I remember that yearning was still in me and I was struggling, but at some point I decided to do my master's in psychology. And there is one paper that we wrote that was a game changer for me. And it was a paper that we were researching on our family of origin. So we were given the assignment to go find out more about our own families, our parents' families, like grandparents and great grandparents, and we were asked to go as far as we can and write this 25 pages paper. Whew, I did the work. I got excited. I went to go more about my family because this is an area that was so dear to me. And I can tell you, things that I found out were shocking. I noticed patterns. Like in my own family, patterns. In my parents' family, there were patterns. My dad, my mom, my grandparents, there were so many things that were so similar. Actually, most of them were very unhealthy patterns. And I was like, wow. So clearly, when I was growing up, my parents were just doing what they saw growing up in their own family. So it's just a continuation of what has been going on for decades. And that's when I was like, wow, what if this pattern breaks with me? What if it stops with me? What can I do? What do I need to do? And the more I researched, the more I've talked to people in my work as a coach, the more I have realized, wow, our foundation, the way we were raised, had a huge impact on who we become, the kind of parents we become, the way we relate with other people, the way we relate with ourselves, um, the way we walk, the way we do things. Wow, we just duplicate. We just copy paste what we know. And that's why I've realized some people when sometimes I'm talking to people who are struggling and they talk about when I trying to tell them, oh, this is a red flag. It's like, whoa, they don't know red flag. They grew up with all kinds of red flags. So they're not even sensitive to them and they don't even know them because that was normal in their family. But I'll also say that in my own family, there were so many beautiful things that I also found out. And one of them is, people are very good in math. Interestingly, like everybody I know in my family, numbers, they will do very well with numbers. And when I was doing my bachelor's, I majored in math because that's what I knew, numbers. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that our family of origin is where we learn a lot of skills, coping skills, patterns, the way we relate with one another, the way we relate with each other. It's really based on what was taught to us growing up. So, in these conversations, we're going to talk a lot about family of origin, how that impacted us, dysfunctional families, toxic parents, and then I'll also be sharing tips on how to work on those things that are no longer healthy so that we can apply and break patterns that have run in our families for decades. So join me and leave me a comment or something that will let me know what you would like to see more of, and I'll be more than happy to walk this journey with you. So thank you so much for being here.